there, good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Rupavahini ChannelEye. I'm Sharon Muscling News.
And I am Tilina Udayaratna. For starters, we take a look at tonight's top stories. The project to digitalize the Colombo stock market is being expanded. The provision of compensation to the fishermen affected by the fire of the Express Pearl ship begins. The inoculation of COVID-19 vaccines on teachers and non-academic staff commences. A further consignment of 26,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine arrives in the island. And on your top local story this evening, the payment of compensation to fishermen affected by the Express Pearl ship accident has commenced today. The Ministry of Fisheries says that under the preliminary stage, 16,000 fishermen in the Gampaha, Colombo and Kalutara districts will be compensated. Meanwhile, another discussion on the impact and damages caused as a result of the Express Pearl's disaster was held at the Ministry of Justice today. A special feature has been the participation of opposition leader Sajith Premadasa at the meeting. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa raised a query on the damages and compensation on the Express Pearl's accident at the Parliament on the 9th of this month under Standing Orders 27/2. Minister in charge Rohitha Begunawardena, responding to the query, invited opposition leader to attend a discussion in this connection.
අපේ රැස්වීම පවත්වනවා. අලුත් ආදර්ශයක් හැටියට ඔබතුමා ආවොත් හොඳයි නේද? අපි පෙන්න මොනේද අලුත් ආදර්ශයක්. නිසා ඔබතුමා එන්න.
මේ සඳුදා ඉඳලම එන්න.
right බොහොම හොඳයි.
Accordingly, opposition leader Sajith Premadasa and several parliamentarians of the Samagi Jana Balavege attended the meeting at the Ministry of Justice. The government side was represented by Ministers Ali Sabri, Rohitha Begunawardena and State Minister Kanchana Vijayasekara. In addition, Attorney-at-Law Sanjay Rajaratnam and Chairperson of the Marine Environmental Protection Authority Darshini Lahandapura also attended the meeting. It has also been decided at the meeting to seek the assistance of an international law firm regarding receiving compensation. The media unit of the Ministry of Justice says that the meeting has dealt in depth on measures to receive maximum compensation after evaluating information received from all relevant parties. It has also been pointed out that 420 out of the 720 million rupees received as an interim compensation in the preliminary round was received as compensation for the fishing community. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said that he was invited by several MPs and ministers of the government to submit proposals and suggestions in this regard. Minister Rohitha Begunawardena said that they believe that the opposition leader has gained substantial knowledge on the program carried out by them. He also said that as a government, they are successfully implementing the program. The minister further said that the opposition leader has presented several proposals. He also expressed optimism over continuing the example set by the opposition in joining the discussions. The minister added that when the opposition got to know the real facts, they will not engage in launching unreasonable accusations, is what they believe in.
සමහර වෙලාවට හැසිරෙන්නේ හරියට කරුණු නැතුව. කරුණු දන්නේ නැතුව කතා කරන්න ගියාම හුඟක් වෙලාවට චෝදනා එල්ල කරනවා. හැබැයි කරුණු දැනගත්තම උන්ට පේනවා මේ වෙනුවෙන් රජය මොකද්ද ගෙන යන ක්‍රියාමාර්ගය කියලා.
තාමත් මුහුදේ තිබෙනවා.
Minister Ali Sabri said that the ill-fated vessel is still in the sea. The minister further said that they will seek the assistance of the Indian Navy to identify the contents inside the sunken containers. The scanning of the seabed will also take place. Minister Ali Sabri further said that they are trying to engage in discussions with the owners of the ship and the insurance companies in order to receive compensation as soon as possible. The roughing of the seas and the monsoon winds are obstructing the investigations. He added that several rounds of discussions have already been conducted with international law firms over presentation of our legal rights.
The digitalization process of the Sri Lanka capital market has been expanded with the recent commencement of the second stage of the Colombo stock market digitalization program. The program has got underway under the leadership of the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the President's office. It was in September last year that the first stage of the Colombo stock market digitalization program had commenced. Accordingly, digitalization of the Sri Lanka Securities and Exchange Commission and the Colombo stock market had taken place. The objective has been to instantly establish stock market transaction of the investors, enlightening of investors on stock market procedures, and also to enhance investment opportunities. Meanwhile, the governing authority of the Colombo Stock Exchange says that as a result of the introduction of the digitalization and speeding up the downloading of information on stock market, the number of new investors has exceeded 65,000 and the opening of new 17,000 central deposits. As a result of the digitalization, the investors are able to engage in CSE transactions from any place in the world in the Sinhala, Tamil or English languages. They are also being granted the opportunity to receive monthly statements, to exchange information and to open accounts in local companies as well. The meeting was attended by the President Secretary Dr. P.B. Jayasundara, Chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, President's Council Viraj Dayaratna, Chairman of the Colombo Stock Exchange Dumit Fernando and the Board of Directors.
And taking a look at the coronavirus situation in Sri Lanka, the inoculation of teachers and non-academic staff in schools throughout the island has begun today. More than 240,000 persons are to be vaccinated under this program. The Ministry of Health says that teachers above the age of 18 years are being inoculated. Minister of Education Professor G.L. Pires has inspected the vaccination program at the Army Hospital in Narahempita. State Ministers Susil Premajayantha, Piyal Nishantha, Sita Aramepula and Army Commander General Shavendra Silva have also accompanied the minister in the tour. State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana has also inspected the inoculation program at the Tambuttegama Central College in the Anuradhapura district. The vaccination of teachers is being conducted successfully in other areas as well. Meanwhile, a group of teachers representing several teachers' unions have withdrawn from engaging in the online system of teaching today. However, other teachers were involved in teaching process as usual. Education Minister Professor G.L. Pires has expressed opinion to the media over the leaving of some teachers from the online learning process. Meanwhile, another stock of 26,000 doses of the US-made Pfizer vaccine reached the island at dawn today. The consignment was brought from Qatar Airlines aircraft QR668. Later on, they were transported to the National Blood Centre in Narahempita. This was the second batch of the Pfizer vaccine brought to Sri Lanka. The vaccines are to be used in the inoculation program in the Mannar district. 5,456,713 doses of vaccines have been given so far under the COVID-19 immunization program. 84,559 have been given the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine yesterday. 23,368 have received the same vaccine's second dose. 10,649 have been given the first dose of the Sputnik V vaccine yesterday. 7,279 persons have been inoculated with the Pfizer vaccine yesterday. 22 have been given the second dose of the Covishield vaccine. Yesterday, 1,202,336 vaccine doses have been delivered in the past 7 days. 125,877 new vaccines were administered yesterday alone. State Minister Dilum Amunugama says that only a limited number of buses and trains will be deployed only for essential duties between provinces from next Wednesday. "190 persons have been arrested on charges of violating health guidelines during the 24 hours that ended at 6 a.m. today. 49,449 have been taken into custody in connection with these offences. 920 COVID-19 patients were detected from the country today. Meanwhile, 1,804 patients left hospitals today following complete recovery. Director General of Health Services said that 31 COVID-19 deaths were reported yesterday. Minister of Finance Basil Rajapaksa says that he will commit himself to making the Saubhagya Dakma program a reality by giving prominence to the priorities of the government. He further says that it is his objective to safeguard the government's responsibility as well as the forward march of the party. Minister Basil Rajapaksa made these remarks at a meeting of the former provincial councillors of the Sri Lanka Pudujana Peramuna at the Temple Trees yesterday. The event was conducted to extend best wishes to Mr. Basil Rajapaksa on his assuming of duties as Minister of Finance. During the time of the humanitarian operation, Sri Lanka's foreign reserves were at a lower level of $1.2 billion. Even under such circumstances, the then government was able to develop the rural economy while waging a war against terrorism. The former provincial councillors have pointed out that it was due to the ingenuity of Mr. Basil Rajapaksa that the country was able to achieve this progress. They have also expressed hope that the government would be able to bring prosperity to people even under the coronavirus pandemic by overcoming economic challenges. Mr. Basil Rajapaksa had also been entrusted with the task of managing the international community during the period of the humanitarian operation. The provincial councillors have also recalled the tremendous assistance extended by Minister Basil Rajapaksa to fulfill the government's economic targets by maintaining the Maganaguma and Gama Naguma development projects at an extremely conducive and higher level. Therefore, they added that a government which had confronted such dire circumstances have sufficient strength to manage the economic challenges that have risen due to the coronavirus pandemic. Minister Basil Rajapaksa has stated that he will never hesitate to fulfill the people's aspirations as he had done in the past to safeguard the motherland. The former provincial councillors have also discussed in depth the problems that have risen in the deployment of provincial councillors in development activities.
In other stories, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that there is no truth whatsoever in the propaganda being carried out regarding Sri Lanka in facing a threat of losing the GSP Plus tax concession. The minister said this at a media briefing that discussions are already being conducted with the European Union regarding the relevant issues. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that the propaganda is being carried out by the anti-government forces. The same people who had wanted our military leaders to be brought to a military court in Geneva are today spreading rumours on the GSP issue. According to the discussions conducted with the EU so far, any threatening situation has not risen.
Leader of the Pivituru Hela Urumea, Udaya Gammanpila, has convened a media briefing at the party headquarters today. Leader of the Pivituru Hela Urumea, Udaya Gammanpila, said that Hirunika Premachandra made a derogatory statement against him on the 2nd of July in 2015. He has filed a case at the Colombo District Court requesting a compensation of 500 million rupees over the damages caused as a result of the statement. The courts have ordered Hirunika Premachandra to pay the compensation to him through the verdict delivered on the 25th of November in 2020. He has later on filed an appeal to the appeals court over the decision. However, the appeals court has rejected this appeal. The minister added that if Hirunika Premachandra fails to pay him the 500 million rupees, he is able to recover the amount by auctioning her properties. However, he did not do so as Hirunika Premachandra has stopped attacking him. Commenting on the fuel issue, Minister Udaya Gammanpila said that it is a big relief for the people to receive oil even at a price as this. The price increase was made on the 11th of June, and he added that by today the crude oil prices have gone up even further. Minister Dr. Kehelia Rambukwala says that permanent solutions will be provided to the drinking water problem in the Kandy district by the year 2024. The minister, participating in a meeting on the proposed Kundasale Haragama water project, said that the scheme is to be implemented in a manner to be self-sufficient in drinking water requirements for the next 20 years. The meeting was conducted at the Kundasale Pradeshiya Sabha last evening. More than 330,000 families are to be benefited through the project, to be conducted under 2 stages. Minister Dr. Kehelia Rambukwala said that many political parties had conducted talks on the drinking water issue on numerous occasions. The minister added that, however, it was President Gotabaya Rajapaksa who had practically visualized on how the project should be carried forward. He has recalled on how the president had strived to find a solution to the drinking water problem in Kandy. The minister added that the president, upon conclusion of a tour in the Kandy district during an election campaign, had instructed his secretary to give priority to the resolution of the problem. The president's commitments are not restricted to mere words. 14 water projects to be implemented in the Kandy district is a sensitive issue. Preliminary work has already begun in the 25.5 million rupee Kundasale water supply project. It is expected to be completed by the year 2024. A further 6.5 million rupees has been allocated to resolve the water problem in the Galagedara area. The minister further said that the work will pave the way to resolving the problem for a period of 20 years from now.
Reports from different parts of the country say that farmers as well as numerous parties in the agricultural field are extensively engaged in the utilization and manufacturing of organic fertilizer. A special program has commenced yesterday to direct some of the beneficiaries in the Polonnaruwa district on the production of organic fertilizer from their residences. The first stage of this project was conducted targeting some of the recipients in the Alahara Divisional Secretariat Division. They're being trained on the scientific manufacturing of organic manure. A workshop in this connection was held at the Radaviyagoya village with the participation of field officials in charge of the units of the Maweli Bakamona Division. Specialist surgeon of the Colombo National Hospital, Dr. Hasanta Ranil Thambavita, in addition to his professional life, has been maintaining a prosperous tea cultivation of 1.5 acres using only organic fertilizer. In addition to the tea cultivation in Halvela, the specialist physician is also engaged in an organic farming of pepper and turmeric cultivations through the instructions of the officials at the Ittapana Agrarian Services Development Centre. Series of workshops have also been conducted for farmers' organisation representatives of the Mahavari project in Minipe Kandy on the manufacturing of organic fertilizer. The Agrarian Services Department officials have educated the farmer representatives on model organic fertilizer manufacturing methods at the Morayaya residential management premises in Minipe. The Department of Agriculture, the Department of Irrigation and the Sri Lanka Maweli Authority have extended assistance in the programme. And here's our feature, Medal Hopes. Sudesh Piris, a weightlifter who has secured victories at the Commonwealth Games. He has also been successful in winning gold medals in the 62 kilogram category continuously in the national weightlifting tournaments from the year 2006 to 2009. Sudesh Piris has won a gold medal at the 2018 national tournament as well. He has also secured a bronze at the 2006 South Asian Games. The skills of the versatile competitor was amply reflected when he secured a gold medal in the weightlifting at the Commonwealth Games in 2011. In the Commonwealth Games held 1 year prior to this achievement in 2010, he was able to bag a bronze medal. Sudesh Piris has been repeated in his excellent performances at the 2014 Commonwealth Games as well by winning another silver medal. He has improved himself further at the South Asian Games in 2016 by winning another gold medal for Sri Lanka. Sudesh has further brought credit to the motherland at the 2016 Commonwealth Games by winning another silver medal.
Well, that's all from the Rupavahini News Desk for tonight. Join us once again tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a great night.